Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to your course on Big Data. For the start of the course, I'll be passing on the rights to Shruti ma'am so that she can start with your lecture delivery now. Shruti ma'am, you have the rights with you. You can start with your lecture.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I hope all are in good health.
Hello.
Yes, from the last week, you have any doubt or have anybody has any doubt in installation or in the HDFS part? Has anybody done the installation?
I have some difficulty in the installation.
Okay, so you have done the installation now, right?
Yes, and when I did the JPS command,
Yeah,
only one daemon came up. The JPS only. If you want, I
only
can
the
share it.
check.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is no data node or name node,
No, only one process came up.
only one JPS came on.
Yes.
Then your Hadoop is not working.
I mean, it seems that it is sort of working, but only one process shows. If you want, I can show maybe the screen.
Yeah, you can share the screen. I can see that.
Can see?
Yeah, it's only the one process you're having. So when you're starting the start hyphen, okay, dot sh, they are starting node manager and resource manager. Okay, start the yarn file also. Start hyphen yarn dot sh. Now do the JPS command. Yeah, still you are getting the JPS only one. Okay, tell me the which user have you used for creating this? Have you created HD user or not?
Yes, I did you create it.
You created the HD user, na? And
Yes.
did you pass the rights to HD user? Everything has done by HD user or the Kurt user? Which user has done everything?
I've went to this installation text. I mean, I did everything what's in here. So
Okay, just switch it to HD user. Minimize it this one. Switch it to HD user. SU space HD user. Yeah, now type the command JPS. Yeah, still you are getting this one. Now it is changed. Okay, just go to that folder uh, in which your Hadoop is stored. Are having all these files start all and start this one,
this one,
but
right?
you have to go to the command prompt. Yes, you have to go to the command prompt. ls. Yeah, now type wait, I'll tell you. HDFS. Where is your HDFS hyphen start.sh. Enter. Yeah, command not found. Wait just a second.
Site, I think this one.
No. Okay, these are having this one. They are not in having in this folder. Start वाली इसमें नहीं है. We have to go to SBin folder. Just type cd dot dot. I'll tell you. Just type cd space dot dot space dot dot. Enter. Again cd space dot dot. Enter. cd space sbin. Oh no. You have to type cd space sbin. Now again go to Hadoop folder this of cd space Hadoop. Tab. Press tab. Enter. cd space sbin. Enter. ls. Yeah. You have here. Check. You have start hyphen dfs dot sh. Type start hyphen dfs dot sh. Permission denied. You have given permission to another user. That's why it is saying permission denied. There is something wrong with your user.
I think I did everything on this user.
Yes, you have done everything with this user. Now change it again to switch to this user and run it again then. Su space your username. Yeah. Now run this command. Not this one. You will not get this one. You have to type start hyphen dfs dot sh. Okay, then type start hyphen yarn dot sh. Now JPS. Again, you are having this. Go to your browser. Type localhost colon. I gave you address na. Localhost colon 55 wala.
55.
The documentation. Check the documentation which I gave you. Not 55. Check the documentation. Go at last. Yes, this one.
But I have my version is different. It's version 3.
That is no problem. If your version is different, it will work on this version also.
Okay.
If it is not working, then there is problem with your Hadoop. It is not correctly installed. I'll check your every file at last of the lecture, okay? Because
Okay.
you have done some mistake in the installation time, right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.
I'll stop sharing then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Vaibhav, yes, we are going with the Ubuntu machine. We are going with that. Okay, tell me, the participants who are present there, has everyone has installed Hadoop, and have you practiced HDFS?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what about others? Type in the chat box. I'm not getting response. Okay, that's great. Ganika is saying, Prince is saying, okay. Okay, others? What about others? Okay, Vishal. Okay, that's great. So that means these much have installed Hadoop in their system and have tried HDFS also. So should we move to another part, that is our map reduce part? The second building blocks I told you, the second component of Hadoop is the map reduce. So we have done the first one. Okay, Hadoop version above 39870. Have you tried this one? Okay. Yes, Mr. Kurth, will you try this one? Localhost colon 9870. Just try to change the port number to 9870. Let's check whether it's working or not.
I did try this. However, I had the same thing.
The same thing, na? That means your Hadoop is not installed. No problem, we'll do it after this class. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the MapReduce part, because the second building block is we have to yes, Archit, we will see in the last that what is the problem they are having, so that we can start the lecture right now, right? So the second thing which we have to do is the MapReduce. I'm sharing my screen. Let's start with the MapReduce. And in MapReduce, we have to done the programming. So tell me in which language you are all are comfortable with. You can done in
Java or
Python, you can done in Scala, you can done in C++, and even you can done in Java. So we will try to recruit in Python also, Java also, but now at the later stage when you will do projects, it depends on you on which you have to perform, right? So first let's go with the introduction part. Let's understand what is we are having with the MapReduce. What is MapReduce? So that after this introduction part, we will move to the programming part. Okay. Okay. So can you everyone can see my screen?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. So let's start with the MapReduce part. So what is MapReduce? It is the second of our Hadoop. First was the HDFS. So the second is the MapReduce. Now we already know in the MapReduce we are saying that it's the parallel processing, because if we want to process our program, if we want to process anything which we have in our data, so I want to execute it, I want to process it in a lesser time. That's why the concept of MapReduce came. First, it was developed by the Google. So how the idea came and how Hadoop has adopted it, we'll see that. So we will take just one example of this. For example, there is in country we have a governor, right? So a governor gave the task to some state that what you have to do, you have to count the population in your state, right? So in your state, what you have to do, you have to count the population, you have to mark the census or to that. So in that, so that headquarter, that state, what it will do, they divided the state into their cities. So when they divided the state into their cities, what they have done, they have assigned one person. For example, they are the head of that city. So that head would be responsible for counting the number of population. So for example, in a particular state, we are having the three cities. For example, one is the San Francisco, second is the San Jose, and the third one is the LA, right? So these are the three cities we are having in our state, and we want to calculate the censorship. We want to calculate how many the population of this state. So for calculating the population, we are adopting the divide and conquer strategy. That is, we have divided. First, governor gave order to the states, and now states have given order to their cities that you have to calculate to it. So for this, the city, the head, this is the head, and even they have given the time that you have the 4 months for it to calculate the number of population in your state. So this person would be the head of that city, would be responsible for counting it, and this person, that is the head of the city, would be responsible for counting their own for on city, and the third person again, this is responsible for counting the number of persons, the total number of population in their city, for example in LA. So what they have to do, and they have given a task like this, they have to calculate the population and they have to maintain it. Like first you have to go to each house and you have to ask how many persons there in in every house, and you have to write that. So first, what will you write? You will write your city name, and the second you will write the number of person you are having in your city, in that home. So this person go to every home. He will go to first home, and he asked how many members are there in that house. So he write like the first he will write the city name, and the second value he will write the number of persons in that home. And again went to the second house, and he asked again the number of members, and he write down the city name and the number of members. Again to the third house, again to the fourth house. So this is how he is maintaining his data. And if we are talking about another cities, they are having the same instruction that first you have to go to every house and you have to ask how many members are there in every house, and you have to maintain it. Like first you have to tell the city name, and the second the number of person in that house, right? So they are maintaining it like this. Again the third person in the third city, he is also having the same instruction, because same instruction is passed by the headquarter to the every other person. So they are maintaining it like LA3, LA1. That is for home 1, they have got the 3 number of persons. For second, they have got 1 number of person, and for third, they got 5 number of persons. And what will they do after calculating? After went to every home, they will report these file, this file which they have generated. They will report it to the headquarter, and the headquarter who is responsible for calculating the population, total of number of population you are having in that state, what it will do, it will just count according to its value. So see that in this city and it will count, it will added by the headquarter, not by these person, the city person. So what it will do, it will add all the values which they are having in the particular city. So and in this they will add all the values in which they are having in the second city, and again in the third city. So you are having this value SFO 13, that is when you will count all the values over here. And in the second state, you are counting all the value, that is come here 8. And in LA, it will come here like 9. So now we can tell according to the city, we are having this amount of population. So, but in this, what will happen now? It is taking time also, because it is taking too much of time. We are having the 4 months, and we have assigned to the one person. Now we have sent this to the government that this is the population. So after some time, after 3 or 4 years, they want to again check the population. But now what they want the population should be in the 2 months, not in the 4 months. They want this task to be executed in a less time. So if you have any task which you want to execute it in the less time, what will you do? You will increase the manpower, right? So in this case, either will increase the machines. So in this example, we are increasing the manpower. That is, for earlier we were having the one headquarter. Now we were having the two headquarter, and the earlier we were having the one person for calculating total number of the population. But here now we are dividing the task according to the region. So we divide the city into two region, and one region SFO1 is given to that person, a particular person, and the region second one SFA2 given to the another region, another person, to calculate the number of population, right? So now the task is divided into 2%. It will take less time. And the same case will go to this another city, and the same case will go to the third city. Now see in this, again the same thing which you have to do is you have to write the city name, and then after the city name you have to write this value, that is the number of members they are having in each home. So they are writing like this, right? So we are writing like this, and the now task is divided into many persons, and when they have to submit it to the headquarter, if you are belong to same city, then you have to get to the same headquarter, not to the SFO1 can't go to the CAHQ1 headquarter if SFO2 is going to the headquarter too, because they will shuffle the data. So we don't want the data to be get shuffled either. The partial data is in the headquarter one, and the partial data should be either in the headquarter two. So what we want that the whole the SFO1 and the SFO2, that the particular city, the whole data of a particular city, either calculated by one person or two person, should go to the same headquarter for calculating it. So that's why we have done this, that SFO 1 2 will go to the headquarter 1, and again the LACT data will go again to the headquarter 1, and only SDOS data will go to the headquarter 2. So it will calculate. Now we are having the two persons also to calculating this value, the total number of population. Now see, the task is divided into number of persons, and it will take less time also. So the same concepts we have applied in the map reduce also. We have applied the distributed machines, and the task is executed parallelly. Like this, we have done many machines, and we are executing our code in a many in number of machines, so that they are occurring parallelly, so that we can get the data in a faster way. That's how the concept is coming. And here the SFO5, SFO3, why we are doing like this? Because this is the key, and the second one is the value. So we will understand how this is actually working, but this is the idea of the map reducing which we have to cover. So in the map reduce, we are having the three phases in which they work. So first one is the inputs. First one is the map phase, right? So in the map phase, what you have, there are total three number of phases in this. First is the map phase. Second we have is the shuffle phase, and the third one we are having is the reduce phase. So what we have to do in the map phase, the value you are getting the input. This you can see over here, the input you are getting, this is called the input splits. The input which you are getting from the user, or either from your some CSV or data which you are having. So what we'll do, we'll divide the data. So that dividing the data, it is called input splits which you are providing. And the person who are executing this task, so that person is called mappers, right? The person who is executing the task, it is called mappers, and the values they are generating. So after the mappers, after the execution, the values are generating in the form of the key value pair. So that is the output of the mapper file. Okay, this is very important, because all this we have to do the practical. So first you need to understand this, how map reduce is actually working. So the first you have to provide the input splits to the mappers, and what will do, mapper will check okay what they have to do, and mappers is the person who has to execute the task. And when they execute, the output they are generating in the form of the key value pair, that is SFO is the key, and output which you want is the value like 5 3. So this is in the form of the key value pair. So this is your map phase. And after that, well, there is the reduce phase. We will go to the shuffle phase also, but later on. And then see the reduce phase. Now what we are doing, we are reducing the value, that how many, the total number of population in the San Francisco city, in the San Joseph city, and the LA city. So we have reduced this one, we have calculated, we have combined every value which we are got from the map phase also. So in this reduce phase, what we are doing, we are just totaling, we are calculating the value, we are reducing the value, because we are having the value in the map value, like key value pair. We are having a many value, and we are reducing according to the cities here. So this is the task which is done by the reduce. Now in between we have the shuffle phase also. So tell me what shuffle phase will do. Why we are using this shuffle phase? Okay, have you understood the map phase and the reduce phase? Have you got the idea how map phase and the reduce phase is working?
मैम reduce phase एक बार
Ma'am, shuffle
Okay.
phase is used for assigning the task. Which type of task will be completed by which machine?
Okay. Which task will be completed by which headquarter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's true. Here, what we have in, I'll explain again the reduce phase. We are having the value as 4, 4, 3, 5, 3, 4, 1. So reduce phase का काम क्या होता है? उसका एक particular, you have to take this key. You have to take a particular key. We have taken SFO, and then you have to count the value. So you have added 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1. So when you have added 5 plus 4, you have came out to be 13. So this is the reduced value you got now from this San Francisco city. And same goes for the San Jose city, that you have got this individual values from the San Jose city, and what you are doing, you are reducing it because you are taken same number, same key, that is you are having two values over here. So 2 plus 6, you are getting the 8 value for the San Jose city. So that's how the reduce phase is working. And the shuffle phase, why we were having the shuffle phase? Because we have to see in which headquarter the data will go. So in which headquarter they have to see that this one data, that's the person one who is calculating the total number of population for the San Francisco one doesn't go to the doesn't go should both the person, the data should be gone to the same headquarter instead of the partial data will go on to the headquarter 1 and the partial data will go to the headquarter 2. So that will create the problem. That is not the ideal situation. That's why we have the shuffle phase that will keep track of which data is going into which headquarter. So we are having these three phases. First, we were having this map phase, and second, we are having the shuffle phase, and the third is we are having the reduce phase. So what we are doing in this, in the map phase, we are having this, we are having the input splits and we have mappers, and mapper will produce the output in the key value pair, that is in each house how many persons we are having. And shuffle phase will check in which headquarter the data will go, the particular person, the data will have to go which headquarter. And the reduce phase, what will done, it will check the key, and those who are having the same key, it will add all the values from the same key and it will generate the reduced output for this. So have you understood this one? These phases, map phase, shuffle phase and the reduce phase.
yes ma'am
Yes, everyone clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move to another. So in this we have what we have seen, that distributed programming model, that the your map reduce is your model. It is not actually you are coding in the map reduce. It is the model in which you distributed model, which is a distributed programming model which you can use for processing the large number of data sets. Even Google has started this one, and we because we like the functionality, the Hadoop like the functionality of this, and they have adopted this concept in their Hadoop system, right? And it can be implemented in any programming language. If you have to perform it in either, I told you, if you want to comfortable with C++, even Python, Scala, Java, you can perform it in its execution which you want to execute. You can perform in any language, although this is written in the Java language. So there is no such need for this. And I told you that MapReduce is not a programming language. It's a model, right? So it's your programming model. It's not a programming language. And this Hadoop is implement your MapReduce, and your MapReduce system will manage all the communications and the data transfer and the parallel execution which you are having the across distributed server. So this is the task of your MapReduce system, right? So I hope this one is clear, and let's dissect more of this. Let's go to this another part, so that we will see the map and reduce part in a more convenient way, so that you can understand the big problem also. So let's dissect its component also. We'll go to each component one by one. So see in this what we have to do. For example, you have some data set, right? So if you're having some data set, what you have to do, see in this you have some stock data set, and in this each record which you are having is having the symbol, having the date, having the opening and the closing, because this is the stock data. So you have to find out maximum closing price for each symbol which you are having. So this is the symbol and this is the opening date, the closing date, but you want to find out the maximum closing price for each symbol. So tell me what you will do to find this, because now this kind of project we have to do. For this, I told you the problem we were having, that you need, this is your data set, and what you need to do, you need to find the maximum closing price for each symbol. So tell me what approach you will apply. Forget MapReduce, forget Hadoop, forget everything. This is just the problem, and tell me what would be the solution for this.
Ma'am, we will use symbol as the key, and then we will sort the data that we have, and we will check which one is the largest quantity in that data, and then we will add that to the value
How you
of
will check
that
the which is having the maximum quantity, having the maximum closing price? Shiva?
using sorting algorithms.
Sorting algorithm will use.
Hmm.
Okay, let's apply.
Bubble
Let's
sort?
done. Yes, bolo.
Bubble sort?
Why? Because उसकी complexity कम है. That's why.
Yes.
Okay, let's try Shivam and let me know. But we are using. Okay, let's just try and let me know what will happen. Okay, let's come to this part. Yes, we have to apply the algorithm, and if we see the basic way, so what you have to do, you have to find the maximum closing price for this. So for finding the maximum closing price, you have to take what value you have to take. So you have to return this symbol and you have to check what's it's the maximum value. So let's go to its algorithm. So let's take, we are not we are not having the distributed machine, we are not having the distributed data. So let's check the simple algorithm which we can do in this. We have to read the line. We will read the data line by line, and the two information we will get from each line, first is the stock symbol, because you have to tell the stock symbol, and the second is the closing price, because you also have to tell that what is the closing price and you have to find out the maximum closing price. So these two information is what we are reading from each line from our file. So this first what you have to do, we will read first line and we will check the second one. We will compare it to the second one, the closing price. If the first one is the greater than the closing one, then we'll save the first one as the maximum one and we'll move to the third one. Then we'll compare according to that. It's just the, and if the second one is the greatest one from the first one, then we'll store it in a maximum value that we are storing the second one. Then we'll compare second value with the third one. So this is what we are doing. We are just comparing each value from each record, and we are just getting the maximum value. How? Just go to every record we are checking, and at the last, the max variable which is having the maximum value, we are just printing that maximum closing price for that, and we are getting the symbol for that. So this is just the simple way in which you can done, but with the help of the distributed programming. So this is understandable or not? This is, we are not, this is just the simple algorithm how you can simple do that. But now we have to use the distributed. So how we will do with the distributed one, this will see with the MapReduce. So the basic idea how the simple way we can do this, is this clear to everyone? Out others? Okay, that's great. Good. Gunika, Archit, okay, Shivam. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's start from here now. Now have to see how we can done this in the distributed one. First, I told you that what you need the input splits, that the value you want to apply to this. So we have divided the whole data, your whole CSV file, we have divided the data into three parts. For example, so we have done the input splits over here, and in this we have the input splits in 1, 2 and 3. Here you can see the whole data is divided into the three parts, and here we are having these machine, distributed machine. This is node 1, node B, node C, node A, B and C. So here we will do the processing of this. So for doing this, first is the input split. Now you need the mapper. So who will execute this task is called as mapper, as we already discussed, and every record you're applying to this, it will executed by the mapper, and it will each record, it will work as the input split over here, right? So each record will work as the input, because we have to compare it with the everyone, but now we will do with the help of the distributed task. So it will, the first line it will go, the second line it will done like this. So we have used the distributed mapper over here, and in this what you have to do, the every value. So according to this, what we are having, that every value which we are providing over here, we will take it as a record. Then each record, each individual record will take her as a value to execute, and that mapper it will take like that. So it will execute that value over here. And in this, what you have to do, this is just how you are recording the value, that how many memory it is taking. For example, it is having of 100 MB. So how it is taking the value over here. But now let's come to its another phase. Let's now come to its map phase. So we'll see first what you have to do in the map phase. We have divided the data into input split 1, input split 2 and input split 3. And we have a different machines here which we are calling as a mapper who will execute our task. So for example, what it will done, when we read the first record, it will check that the two values we are getting, we need in the form of the key and the value. So the first key, I want the its name, that is the name of the company which they are having, and the second value, maximum records they were having, maximum price, it went down, it went up. So the first, from first record I am getting ABC, and in this maximum price is 84, the price would be 84. And in the second record I am having BDD name, and the maximum price is 102 again, and the third XYZ 93F ABC 88. Now see, in this we are having the values which is executed by the mapper, which we come from the input split 1. So this is the output which is in the form of the key and the value. And here the another part of the input split which is done by the node B, the output would be in the form of this XYZ 84 PMN 62. So the output is come like this, and in the next phase, the input split 3, we are having the node C over here, and the output is coming like AC 101, MNB 82, XYZ is 998. So in this, with the help of the mapper function, but we are getting the two parameters which I want. I want the first would be the name of the company, and second the maximum value they are having for that. So I have got like this. Now see over here. Now we have got the output of this mapper phase, and after the mapper phase we have to reduce the value, because in see, in the first, from the node A, the output you are getting, we are having the two values from the ABC. You are having the ABC 84, you are having the ABC 88, and in the third node you are also having the ABC. So what is the task of the reducer over here, that it will check the first the key value, and it will combine according to the key value. So here we are having the key value ABC, so it will 84 plus 88, so it will go, and here is the 101, so it will calculate all the ABC value from here, and it will calculate, it will add that value. Okay, so then BDD, it will add again the same, we are having the one value, so it will write the one value over here, then the XYZ, it will add the value. So this is the task of the reducer, how this data is actually going. Okay, so the reducer, okay, so tell me, have you understood this part, how these input split is doing, how the mapper is doing, what is the output of the mapper we are having, and what is the reducer is doing over here, and how we are getting the output at the end. This one. Have you understood this task?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, are all those mappers running the same algorithm that we made in the previous slide?
In the previous slide, that was not the distributed one, but
No,
now,
ma'am.
yes, now, okay, that one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. They are running that algorithm. So it depends on you which algorithm you want to take, Shivam.
Okay, ma'am.
So that's why we are doing programming now, that we are doing the mapper programming in which you want. So we will create two files. We will create mapper function also. We will create the reducer function also. We will explain the code in a upcoming slide, how this is actually working with the help of the coding. But will you get the idea how mapper and reducers have to work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, participants, any questions till far? Okay, yes, Archit has asked how many reducers are needed in comparison to mapper. Okay, Archit, it depends on you also how many reducer you want. But in the mapper, each record, I'll tell you what you have to do here. We will take at that even number of mappers depend on the number of the records which you are taking. So each number of record you are taking, you are having the each mapper there, because that executed by the each distributed machine. So take it as each record will be you are having the each for each mapper. So number of your records will be equal to the number of your mapper, but reducer you can increase. This is the mapper will not decided by us, by the user, but the number of reducer, it depends on you. If you see that your data is less to execute, to reduce it out, you can take it as a 1, or you can take it as a 2 or 3. So it depends on you. If you want your data to be processed executely fast at the reducer end, then you can increase the node over here. But in the mapper case, what you need to do, the number of records which you're having in your data set, it should be equal to the number of mappers you are having to execution. Okay. Okay, the node ABC are replicating some of the data in case that is done in case of redundancy. Okay, so we have stored the data. No, in this, what we are having, see the problem, see the situation that we are having the data set. So the same data set would be in the other nodes also. So this one we are just using that we have to take the data, and we have to the each records which we are taking, the same record is also having the redundancy, which we have tell that we have to store the redundancy in the another node also. So what you have to take, the first they will what divided, see in this, just wait. Yeah, so see in this what they have to do, the data, yes, they were having in the another node, but they in the another data center. So the if we have given them, then you have to perform the processing of that. Otherwise it will just take it as that you have to perform the this is just for the storing purpose as the redundancy, but for the for this execution one, I'll give them take this data set and perform accordingly. So we have given that this is just for the redundant data that you have to store, and other one is the you in which you have to perform the task. So we have applied according to that. And there is one another question. Okay, so everyone has done this. Okay, see this one. Okay, no problem. So see this one, we are having the reduce phase, how this is working. Yes, when we'll do the when we'll perform, yes, all the input splits are different. Yes, all are different. Now see over here in the map phase we are getting this value, and in this web phase we are getting this value. So see, the all are different. That's why you are getting the another value here, and that's why you are getting another value in the above, right? So when you apply the shuffle, this is the shuffle phase. When you have applied this shuffle phase, you are getting this value ABC. Now we are combining this value. In ABC we are having this, we are having this 50 triple one. This is just the function in this reducer phase. First, you what you have to do, you have to check the key and the corresponding values. So you will take 60 and you will check its value in above all the mapper phase, the output in which you are getting. So we have written like that, and then the key, that is BDD and its value, then the key PMN its value, BRX key then its value, STT key then its value. So we have performed like that, right? So in this, then we'll apply the reducer function. First you will combine all this value, and after all this value, what we want to do, we want to find the maximum one. So in this 60, 50, 101, 131, which is the maximum one, 111. So this is your output, the key and its value. Again BDD, so you are calculating 123 and 63. So 123 is the maximum one because we have to find the maximum one. So 123 we have done it. So PMN 23, this is the only the one value, so we'll give it the one value. Then BRX 73, 103, 103 is the maximum one, so we it given the maximum one. Again STT, you are having the four value, you will compare every four value and you will according perform the maximum one. Okay, so this is the algorithm which they have applied. So you have to code the for the mapping phase also. The mapping phase के लिए आपको कैसे कोड करना है, that you need to get two parameter. First the parameter would be the name and the second would be the value which they are having. So for example ABC 60, SF at 82. So this is the output like this. So this thing you have to code in the map phase in the mapper file, and the second one would be the reduce phase. So what you have to do, first you have to reduce it like this, that you have to calculate all the value which are belong to the same group, same key, and after that if you want to calculate the highest value you have to calculate like this. Okay, so this reduce phase is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now comes to the multiple reducer part, which the question has already asked by someone, that how many reducer we if we have. So in this, if we are having the two reducer, so the task would be easily will be merged. It will execute it more fastly if we see the another, if we are having the multiple reducer over here. So it depends on you. It is optional. If you want the one reducer in your file, you can have the one reducer. But if you want the second reducer in your file, then you can have the second reducer one also. Right? So for that, the second reducer one, what see in this slide, what will happen? See, this is the shuffle phase. After the mapping phase, what we are having this shuffle phase. So in the shuffle phase, they will check that in which mapper, because now you are having the reducer, so you have to see in which reducer you have to go. So like we were having in the first example which I gave you, that you are having the two headquarter. Remember the example of two headquarter? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So when we were having the, okay, Gagan is saying no. Yes, Gagan, have you forget the example of that? I gave you firstly when we started, I gave you the example. You have to calculate the total number of population. Yeah, so in that we have in the next slide we have taken that if you have a 2 months and you have to divide the data, you have to calculate the population in 2 months. So we have changed the number of persons who are calculating. We just divided, we just increase the number of person in the headquarter also, we just increase the number of the person who are calculating total number of population in the city also. So the number of headquarters which you have increased, that is the in the reduce phase, that is the reducer part. So here also we are having the multiple reducer. We are taking as a two reducer over here, and this task is gone by the again the shuffle phase. Now shuffle has to decide then in which reducer they have to send which value, which map value will go to the first reducer and which map value will go to the second reducer. And now automatically if you are getting the two reducer, your task is done parallelly and it will take in less execution time. Okay, so that's how you can use the multiple reducer. As I told you before also, that the number of records is equal to the mapper, and it is not decided by the user. The number of mapper is not decided by user, but the number of reducer, how many you want, it is depend by the user, it is done by the user. And if you want to execute in more less time, then you can increase the number of reducer over here also. So that's the concept which we were having in this. And there is one another concept which is called combiner. And again, this is an optional, this is not compulsory, and this is not included in the map reduce phase. This is just optional after the map phase, which was done by the reduce part, which the task which has to done by the reducer phase, it is done by this combiner part. And what combiner is doing, it is finding the maximum from the above abc values which they have done. So this is the task combiner is doing. If you want to execute it even in and more less in high speed and less time, then you can use the combiner, but it's optional, it depends on you because it has pros and cons also. So that's why it is optional over here. So I hope this much is clear to everyone so that we can move to the practical part.
Ma'am, please explain combiner again.
Explain combiner again. So see this, what we have in this the combiner after the map phase, when we were sorted out, then we will apply the function that ABC. You are having this output of the mapper function, same is ABC 60. Every value you are getting over this. But in map phase, if you're going to use the combiner, we will have to sort it out. And in this, which the thing which you are going to the reduce function, we are doing in this combiner function. We will sort every value we are having from the ABC. We are having the 60, 50 and 111 value. From the another key, we are having the two values. From the another key, we are having the one value. From the another key, we are having the two values. So we have sorted down. So we will apply the sort function over here. And the combiner, again, we are using another node for it, for the combiner. And what will do, it will find the maximum from the first one, from the ABC, from the node 1, which we are used from the mapper. So ABC is the 111 is the maximum one, second one 133 is the maximum. So the same is done by the another mapper and the another combiner. And now comes here the shuffle phase. So what shuffle phase has done, it will check the ABC value what in this one file also and this one file also, and it will go to the, it has just has to check that the both ABC file has gone to the same reducer file. So it will go to the same reducer machine ABC 111 and 10. Now the reducer task is he has to just he is having just two values in which he has to compare, he has to do the comparison from the six or seven values. So that six or seven values that is done by the combiner, so that the task is the reduced task which we have to perform is decreased by the combiner. So it will increase your productivity, it will increase the functionality, and the execution time will get less. So now is it is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, anyone is having any problem till far? Because this we have to execute it now. Yes, participants, any problem till far?
Ma'am, I have a
Yes,
question.
Shakti?
Ma'am, can we use combiner for the purpose of adding the maximum number of the two output data of reduced phase?
What you can use the combiner before the shuffle phase. You can't use combiner after this reduce phase.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, because the combiner and the reducer task is the same now. What you have to do.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Shivam.
Ma'am, what happens after the reducer phase when we have multiple reducers?
When you have multiple reducer, the time will now see, if you're having the multiple reducer, the machines you have to take, it's more number of machines you have to take to apply the reducer algorithm. Okay, so your hardware get increased, and the advantage is that the time it is taking, it is less. So it depends on the machines also, that how many number of, if you are comfortable that your task is doing by the one machine is comfortably and it is executing in the less time, then why you are going for the another machine? But if you want that you have a lot of data and you want to execute it in a very fast manner, for example, in the case of exams, like in the normal days when we are having, we can see that the normal processing is done in the one server. But if on the days of the exam, when the people are checking our website and if they want to get our download our data, or either they want to check the result, at that time I know that more number of people will come to my website. So according to that, I will increase my machine at that time. And because of data is increasing rapidly, that's why I'll increase the reducer node. And when I'm having the reducer node, because hardware is not, we can say that it, because we are using the commodity hardware, so it's not problem for us to add node or to reduce the node. So it depends on the requirement, at what time you are having the large data, and at how much you want to execute. Either you want it very fast, or you, it's okay if you are getting it in half an hour late or something like that. So it just depends on the requirement, how many nodes of the reducer you want. Okay.
Ma'am, I have one more question.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, after we have used multiple reducers, we got
Hmm.
too many outputs from different reducers. So, how to combine all that data?
So but you are having the every output is different from that value ना. नाउ सी ओवर हेयर, अगर हमारे पास यहाँ पर रिड्यूसर में वी आर हैविंग द वैल्यू, जैसे आपके पास एबीसी की 101 आ रही है, ठीक है, डीईएफ की 201 आ रही है, अनदर वन की 301, बट द सेकंड रिड्यूसर जो आपको वैल्यू दे रहा है, उसमें एबीसी डीईएफ वो तो कोई वैल्यू नहीं होगी, क्या होगी शिवम?
नो, बट
नहीं
मैम
होगी।
हमने फर्स्ट कंबाइनर का भी तो इनपुट दिया था उसको, तो क्यों नहीं होगी?
किसका इनपुट दिया था?
जैसे मैम डायग्राम में हम देख सकते हैं कि कंबाइनर के दो आउटपुट्स जा रहे हैं, एक
यस,
रिड्यूसर
नाउ सी इन दिस
इंट्रोड्यूस।
कंबाइनर के दो इनपुट्स आउटपुट है हमारे पास, फर्स्ट वाले में भी एबीसी है, नीचे वाले में भी, बट द बोथ आउटपुट विल गो टू द फर्स्ट रिड्यूसर ओनली। यही तो उसमें समझाया था कि अगर आपके पास
ओके,
दोनों में ही
सिंपल सी।
वैल्यूज हैं, इट विल गो टू द सेम रिड्यूसर। अगर वो डिफरेंट रिड्यूसर के पास जाएगी, देन इट विल द क्रिएट द प्रॉब्लम, सो वी हैव टू डिजाइन द इन दैट वे।
ओके मैम, ओके,
इट
क्लियर है।
क्लियर है? ओके, दैट्स गुड। यस। Okay, tell me, any other problem, guys? Yes, participants? Okay, Gagan Singh. Okay, that's great. Everything is clear till far. Yes, participants, should we move to another? Should we move to the
Yes.
practical part? Okay. So let's move to the practical part, and I hope is already installed, because we have to perform it on again the map reduce. That is, you need HDFS for this, because we have to store the file. Okay. So let's just go with basic functionality. Okay, so the first what you have to do, you have to run this command, the start. You everyone knows na? Okay, let's take okay, I'll ask some questions from you and you have to tell me the answer. And I'll take the name, then only you have, that person will tell me the answer. So for the starting the Hadoop, we have the command start hyphen all dot sh, and the second command which we are having for starting alternate of this. Okay, let me see the participant's name so that I can ask the question. Okay, Archit, yes, tell me this, the alternate of this command. Archit, hello Archit, am I audible? Okay, Shrey, I didn't ask from you, I asked from Archit. Okay, but yeah, your answer is correct. We have done start-dfs.sh and start yarn. So that is the same. All and these commands are doing the same thing. So next, what you have to do, first you have to start your machine. So you can start with your machine either from the start-.allsh command or either from the start-dfs command, right? So after that, what you have to do, you have to verify that all the services which you are having, either they are running or not. So when you are applying JPS command, then only you can see how many services or daemon you are having. So we are using GPS command, name node, secondary name node, task tracker, job tracker, data node. So all these tasks, all these jobs, all these services are running if you have done the GPS command. So first you have to, what you have to do, you have to start your Hadoop, and the second thing which you have to do is check how many daemons are running. So this is the first process which you have to do, and there are some basic Hadoop commands. Okay, but you didn't answer that question. It's okay if you're doing the work alongside. Okay, no problem. I'll ask another question from you. Now, seen this Hadoop, we have already seen that ls command, right? We have seen the ls command, we have seen the du command, we have seen the move command, copy command, remove, put, copy from local, move from local. All these commands we have already seen that, right? In the HDFS part. So remember this part, everyone? Have you remembered this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me, I have given you one task that you have to perform get merge. So have you used this command get merge or not?
Yes, ma'am.
How you how कैसे किया use बताओ?
मैम पहले आप जो गेट मर्ज कमांड है हमारी वो यूज होती है दो करंट फाइल्स को सॉरी जो दो फाइल्स हैं हमारे पास जो HDFS के फाइल सिस्टम में सेव्ड हैं उनको मर्ज करके हम आउटपुट लोकल फाइल सिस्टम में सेव कर सकते हैं बट मैम जो
और
आपने टास्क किया था
yes.
वो कि दो लोकल फाइल सिस्टम्स में जो दो फाइल हैं उनको मर्ज करके हमें उसमें डालना है HDFS फाइल
HDFS. Yes. Have you
तो
done that?
मैम उसके लिए मैम लिनक्स की जो बेसिक कमांड्स हैं वो तो यूज करके किया जा सकता है बट मेरे को हडूप में कोई कमांड नहीं मिली
ओके चलो वो बेसिक वाली करके ही हो गई थी
यस मैं बेसिक वाली करके हो गई थी
बट फिर गेट मर्ज का यूज क्यों नहीं किया वैसे वो हो जाएगी बेसिक वाली से भी हो जाएगी बट यू कैन यूज गेट मर्ज ऑल्सो so try to do with the get merge okay
मैम बट गेट मर्ज तो इनपुट में HDFS का फाइल्स लेता है ना
yes वो इनपुट उसमें ही उसका लेता है
तो मैम फिर हम लोकल फाइल सिस्टम कैसे स्पेसिफाई करेंगे उसको
देन
सोर्स में
यू तो उसका पाथ सिर्फ स्पेसिफाई करोगे ना HDFS DFS get merge फिर स्पेसिफाई द पाथ ऑफ द बोथ फाइल्स जो आपकी लोकल फाइल सिस्टम में है एंड देन रिजल्ट फाइल का दे दो दैट्स इट
ओके मैम
ठीक है
यस मैम
good Shrey okay I got that you have already done this and cat copy to local move to local so these are the basic commands make directory which we have already done this so that is all we the Hadoop that is HDFS part so now come to the map reduce part So in the MapReduce, we have seen that it is the technique for distributing. It has contained two parts, MapReduce, but shuffle it also is having, and the output we are having in this is the key on the value pair for the map. And the reducer, what it is doing over here, it takes the output of the map as input and it combines those tuples into a smaller set of tuples, and it does shuffle and sorting they are doing in this. So all these activities they are doing in this, and most of the computing these take place on the nodes and the data on the local disk, and it reduces the network traffic over here. So after the completion of the task, the cluster collects and reduces the data to form the result, and it will send back to the Hadoop server. So this is we are doing in the MapReduce. So you can see over here in the diagram also that we are applying the input data. First we have the mapper function, and after the mapper function, what we are having the key and the value pair. So key and the value pair, the output you are getting, it will pass to the reduce function, and the reducer which we are having, we are applying this input which are getting from the mapper phase, and we are providing this output value to this. So this is just the basic diagram which we are doing mapper and the reducer one. So this is the example. For example, again, the basic, the one that you have to count the word, how many number of words are repeating in this. This is just the basic example. So from the, after doing the basic example, we will move to the project one. So tomorrow we will work on the bigger problem after executing this map, this word count Java file. Okay. So let's take, we have one file, txt file, and in this we are having the lines, we are having the data in the form of the deer, beer or river, or car, river, deer, car, beer. So this is the data which I am having in my text file. And first the splitting function, that is the input split it has performed. So when I perform the input split, what it'll do, it will read one line. That is, I told you how many lines, that is the record you are having, that is done the splitting for that, and that in many mappers you required for it. So the number of records is equal to the number of mappers. So the it divided the your file into three lines, your three splitters, input splitter. So the first one is the deer, beer, river, and the second one is the car, river, and the third one is the deer, car, beer, right? So when you apply the mapping function over here, what you have to count the number it is coming, the number of times. So deer, we are giving the value 1, beer giving the value 1, river is also giving the value 1. So in the second C, car value 1, car value 1, river value 1. So some of might you'll say why car second row is getting the value 1. Yes or no? It should the get the value 2 or 1?
Yes, ma'am. It should get the value 2.
2. Oh, okay. Who is saying? Shivam is saying, wait, let me check. Shivam? Yes. Okay. What about others? We should get value 1 or 2?
No, ma'am. It will get 1 because it's just mapping, not doing any kind of
Yes.
algorithm or
Yes,
something.
yes, yes. It will get 1. So anyone is not having doubt कि इसमें 2 value क्यों नहीं आ रही है? Why we are having value 1 not 2? Yes, anyone is having doubt? Okay, I guess no one is having doubt. So let me tell you then, because we are using mapper function. In mapper function, we read each word and we are just assigning the value one to it. That's it. That is the task of the mapper function. Read one, read key, take give its value one. Read key, give its value one. Read key, give its value one. That's how we are performing in this, right? So in the second one, we are also performing it like that, car 1, then again car 1, because this is the part of the mapping function, not the that you have a reducer that you have to count it. So after the mapping function, when we have performed the mapping function, next the shuffling one, that we have to shuffle. The second phase we have come is the shuffle phase. In this, what we have done, we have divided, because there are total number of four names we were having. So which name we are having? Beer, car, deer, and the river. So these four values. So shuffle what will done? It will take one key, right? Keys, another key, third one key, and the fourth key. and the value it is having, it will not get it is not combining, it is just doing that one key value pair, one according to the one, it will go to the one block, and the second key value which is having the same keys, it will go to the another, that is sorting. This is basically just the sorting, you are sorting according to the key pair, because same key will go to this one block, the another same key will go to the another block, the third key will go to this another block, and the fourth key will go to this another block, right? So after the shuffling part, here comes the reducer part. So reducer ने क्या करना है? Now the addition is done. Okay, we have taken the same because we have taken the same value here, and now 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is the part of the reducer that you have to count the value, that you have to count the total number of words, how many they are coming. Car, tree, deer, 2, river, 2. So now what we have to do, now we have to combine all this into one data set. So now we are having this beer, car, deer, and the river. So all these value we are having in this. So I guess this example is clear to everyone, and the map, shuffle, and the reducer phase also, because this is a very explained example, and now we have to perform the same one. First, let's perform the basic one, that we have to count the number of words. After that, we will perform the another one with the bigger projects which we are going to perform from the data set. So tell me, any doubt till here in the working of the map reduce in the program of word count?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what about other participants? Okay, that's great. Okay, so for this, now come to the practical part. What we have to do, we have to perform the Hadoop streaming here. Now, in the Hadoop streaming, what we are having that Hadoop streaming is a utility that comes with the Hadoop distribution. So when you are when we have downloaded the Hadoop, when we have installed the Hadoop, then the Hadoop streaming utility also comes with that, and we can use it this Hadoop streaming facility to execute programs for bigger data analysis. Now we will use this Hadoop. This one we will use that for executing the program for big data analysis, this Hadoop streaming utility. And as I told you that you can perform using any language like Python, Java, PHP, Scala, Perl, Unix, and many more. So you can done in any language in which you are comfortable in, that the programming language which you want to use. This just utility, this Hadoop streaming utility, it just allow you that you can create and run these map reduce jobs over here, and with any executable script which you are having as the mapper and the reducer. So you have to create the two scripts over here. One is the mapper and the second one is the reducer one. Okay, so let's go with this. And the parameter which you need for defining it, first is the you have to define what input you are giving it. So you have to tell that hyphen input and the directory name or the file name you are giving. For example, you have some CSV file or you have some data, so or text file, you can give it like input is this file or everything. So this is required what input you are getting, and then you have to tell what output you have to get and in which file. So at the last, even see this diagram also, this is the output file. So you have to tell the input file which you are giving, and you have to tell this is the output file which you are getting. And all these will be done by the programming, splitting, mapping, shuffling, and the reducing one. So for this, you have to tell the input, and for this, you have to tell the output. So this is the parameters which we are getting, and which file it need to be used as a mapper one, and which file it needs to be used as a reducer one. You also have to tell that. So we will tell this is the mapper file and this is the reducer file. So in the last one, file name, it is the option because we are using these four parameters over here, so we don't need to tell the file and the file name. So just use this parameter, what the input you are having, what the output file you want to get, which is the mapper function, which is the reducer function. So these parameters are required for this function. Now let's just do this one. This is the Python. So we have to create two files. Now we are doing in the Python. Okay, so for today I'll show you how you can executing in the Python, and tomorrow we will do in the Java also. Then it depends on you in which mode you want, right? So for if you want to execute in the Java, then you need to install Eclipse also. Try to install Eclipse if you want to perform this into Java, because that would be the GUI mode, and you will IDE you are having, and that will run very fast. You are very good. You will get to see.
Ma'am, it can
Okay.
work on NetBeans also.
Yeah, it can work on NetBeans also. Just try to import the Hadoop jar files into NetBeans. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So today for today we are doing only on this Python. So see this first. What we have to do, we have to count the number of words in this. So the mapper file, we only changing in the mapper file is this. We have to fetch every word and we have to give the value 1 to it. This is only the task of the fetch of this mapper file, right? यही था? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
That now for this, see, we are importing this system. This is because if you're working with the system library, that you need to get the input from the standard input, and you have to work on this. Just import this library, import sys, and for this now we have to count the word. So we are taking the input from the standard input. So we have applied this for we have taken for loop, and in this line we have taken variable, and the input which we are having in the standard input we are taking from that. And we in each line we are applying the strip function and the split function. So strip function which we have applied, it is used for removing spaces, that the word before and the after, if there is any white space, then remove that, because we want that just particular word. So that we have stored in the line, and split, because in one line there are many words, so split the line into words and it will return you as a list. That's why we have taken as line dot split, and the individual words now are storing in the words. Right now we have a list in which we are having a different words over here. So we now what we have to do, we have to take each word and we have to give the value 1 to it. So we have taken another variable in the for loop word, and from the list in words which we are having, we are just printing the value, the key, that is the word you are having, and the value 1 which you are having. Okay, so the for example, I have given value Shruti Vadva, Shruti Vadva, Shruti Vadva. For example, like this, I have given the value into this. So the output for this would be Shruti 1, Vadva 1, Shruti 1, Vadva 1, Shruti 1, Vadva 1, like this. So this would be the mapper part, that the functionality of the mapper, and it's just this the code. This is the very simple one. I hope you got understood this one. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because everyone is more familiar with the Python part, right? So the second one, what we have to do, we have to go to the reducer code. So you everyone knows in the reducer code what we have to do. First we have to taken, because we have to count the value also from each mapper which we are getting, and we have to get the total number of how many times it is coming. So we have to perform according to that. So here again we are importing the system library. If you want to, okay, just tell me how many of you are not comfortable in Python, so that I can explain it more easy way if you are not comfortable with the Python language. Okay, Vishal is saying, okay, wait. Yes, no problem if you are not having any prior knowledge, but you can go with the C++ also. Have you any idea about C++ language, Vishal? Okay, so then don't go. Then we will use the tools for it. if you're not comfortable in language, then there is no need to learn now language. Either you can, because we have Hive and we have HBase, we have tools for it, so we can use the tools instead of this, right? So no need to learn the language, we will go to the tools for execution and for getting the for analysis of this, right, Vishal? Okay, that's great. Yes, tell me, anyone is not familiar with the Python language? I guess everyone is familiar with Python language. Okay, only one has raised the question. Okay, that's great. Okay, Archit, can you hear me? Yes, Archit. Hello, Archit. There is one question I want to ask. Okay, now, okay, tell me, are you comfortable with Python? Okay, then tell me what the code is telling you. Yes, you can run it on Anaconda, but okay, Vrinda is asking, okay, you can run it on Anaconda, but for executing this one in the HDFS, yes, you have to explain my on your mic and explain this code, this slide, and the next one. Wait, I'll show you. You have to explain the reducer part. Yes, this one only. Wait.
Is I audible now?
Yeah, this one. This is all the code we are having for the reducer one.
Okay. Show me the code of the first slide.
This is the reducer file. So we are starting from here, from operator import item getter imports this. We are starting it from here.
Okay. So it's a module type system which we import SYS. So first we set the current word equal to none or zero, what you can say. And after each iteration of a loop, we are gonna to be rise. Okay. Line equal to line strip and word count. Ma'am, what do you want me to tell about the code?
I I just want you to take both things which I have explained you in the reducer part in the theoretical and this code. Yes, Archit?
Ma'am, it's taking in all the data from the mapper side, and
Yes.
it's in the for loop, and every for loop from SYS dot SDN, S-
Hmm.
S- it's increasing removing leading and trailing white space. Ma'am, dot strip is used for what? I don't actually know what this thing.
Strip function or split function? Which function?
Strip function.
Strip function, it is for removing that is the spaces na which you are having the white spaces in the line. If you're because we are reading line by line, so there if in any line there is space आगे line के पीछे कुछ भी, so for removing that space.
Okay. सो हम बेसिकली क्या कर रहे हैं, वर्ड काउंट को इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं जितनी बार भी मतलब फोर लूप आगे बढ़ रही है.
Yes,
तो
it is just easy. Just for example, okay, thank you, Archit. Word count simple. If we want to take a simple word count program, for example, you have to perform it in the Python language. So what will you do? You will take first current word count equal to 0, right? And in that, what you have to do, if that word, if you're going for a particular word, and if that word is increasing, then you will increase the count plus one. You count plus plus, then the count will get increases by one every time when the word appear. The same logic we are applying over here, because here we are having many words. So we have taken the current word that would be in the form of the string, that the word is in the form of the string, that's we have taken none. And for the current count, for getting the value of the count, we have taken the zero value, and the word we have taken none. So these three things we have taken. Now the input value, you have to get the input from the mapper file. So here we are using this, the input which we are getting it from the here, the mapper, from the result of the mapper file, that is from the standard input file. So the output of the mapper.py file, and we are having the expected input format of this reducer file over here, right? So we are getting just the values, that's why we have used standard input function. And the line strip, which I told you, that is just in this line, in each line, what you have to do, if you are having the spaces, white spaces at the starting and the ending, you just have to remove that. So when you remove the spaces over here, come to the next one, word count. In this variable, what we are doing, we are parsing the word, that is the input which we are getting from the mapper file. So we will, what we are getting, the value, that is the tab, we have to split that value. So we are just splitting the value over here which we are getting from the mapper file, and we are just providing the, we are just checking whether it is has the one value, count should be the one, and the word you have to apply to this. So that is the word count, we are going to use it. And the next, what we are doing, we are just converting count, that is, okay. mm, okay, this is your question. Okay, I'll tell you what it is doing in this. So see, the word over here, you can see is, this is the two variable you are having, word and the count, right? So you can assign the two variables in the same line, and in here we are using the line split function. And the line split function, we are passing the two parameters over here. First is the word, that is you have to taken the word over here, and the value count it, I'm getting the value from, because you are getting this from the mapper, and in mapper file we are having the value 1. So we are taking that the value you are getting from the mapper file, and you also have to apply the tab function /t is we are using for the tab, that for after every word give some space to it, and then the value should be the 1. So these value I am expecting from the mapper file. So this is the word, you have to specify the word is this, and the count I am getting for is this, the value which I am getting from the user function, that is from the mapper function, the value and the key and the value 1, the key and the value 1, key and the value 1. And the /t I am using is for the tab, because I want after every word there should be some space, that is for the /t. If you use /n, that would be the next line, that the line will get separated, you will come to the next line. That's why we are using like this. It's fine now. Shakti, this one, where, after word or after /t, which, where?
Ma'am,
Yes, Shakti. Yes, Shakti.
hello.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, in the word count data type,
Hmm.
why we use comma here?
Nahi, in word count data type, is this a data type? They are data type or variable? What is this, Shakti?
Sorry, ma'am. I think it is a variable.
Then, and
Yes, ma'am.
if you have a two variables, can't we write a comma b?
Yes, ma'am.
Then,
Sorry, ma'am.
no problem. Vrinda, yes, what are you saying about anaconda? Vrinda?
Asked you about anaconda.
Yes,
Can
you
we
are
run?
asking.
Can we
Yes.
run on?
Yes, you can run, but for this, see what we have to do. अभी मैं तुम्हें execute करके दिखाऊंगी. Anaconda में जो file generate होती है आपकी, उसकी extension क्या होती है? You know, IPYNB.
No, ma'am.
I'm telling you, it's IPYNB. बट यू कैन चेंज इट. तुम उसमें इसको रन कर सकती हो, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी, तुम पूरा का पूरा कोड. बट मेक श्योर जब तुम इसको क्या करोगी, रन करोगी, बिकॉज उस टाइम उसकी एक्सटेंशन होती है IPYNB. जस्ट यहाँ पर ट्राई टू डू .py, ठीक है. बट इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग एनाकोंडा इन उबंटू, यू आर ऑलरेडी हैविंग IDE, तो यहाँ पर तो ये बहुत इजीली एग्जीक्यूट हो जाती है. यू जस्ट हैव टू राइट द कोड इन एनी यूजिंग एनी एडिटर, उसको लिख के आराम से आपका जस्ट एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा. वो अभी मैं करके दिखाऊंगी. बट अगर आपको
Okay.
एनाकोंडा भी यूज करना है तो उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है. But just make sure which extension you are using. Just give the full file name over that. Just that's it. And Anaconda is your framework where you are using. You have in Anaconda you are having that is Spider also. You are having Jupyter Notebook also. And if you run the notebook, then it will give the extension of IPYNB. But if you done the code in that Spider, then you can store it in .py file. So try to implement in Spider. Okay, in Anaconda, try to implement in Spider.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, we are doing this one. After this, we have to do, we have to convert this count, that is, which is a string. So what we have to do, we have to convert it into integer. So we are using try catch, that is for exception handling. So we are just converting. If we want to convert anything string into integer form, we can do easily just with the help of apply int before this. So as you can see in the second last line, if I want to convert anything into integer in Python, I can just write int over here. So now I have converted the string, that is your count, converted into integer value, right? Because everything which we have taken is by default the string, that's why we need to convert it into int form. So now we have converted it. Earlier it was count, it was 1, but now we have changed the values from string to integer, right? So next, value error. So in this try, अगर वो होता है तो that is great, तो ये कर दे, otherwise accept. So here in this, what we have, count, if count was not a number, so silently discard this line. That is we are doing कि अगर error आती है तो then continue discard that line अगर वो नहीं होता है. Then this we are having just we are using if switch, that only works because Hadoop sorts the map output. So how it sorts the map output? By the key and the value pair. So here we are having the word before it is passed to the reducer. So what you have to do, if that current word is equal to the word that is we have taken, that if current word is equally that is the same, we will come do the comparison, and if it is same with the word which we are having, we will just increment the count, which I told you in the starting, that how a simple word count, if I gave you one word and you have to check whether it is matches to that word, your the target word, if it is matches, then we will just increment the count. Otherwise what you have to do, you will go to the current word and you will just check, and it will just print the output, and you will just print the output what would be the output for it. That's it. And at the last, what we have checked, if the current word and the maximum that we are finding, no, we are not getting the output, the last word if needed, and we will check your whole file has completed or not, and we are just printing the current word and the current counted over here. That's it. And that's the easy program which we are doing in this. I hope this much is clear to everyone so that we can do the practical now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start to the practical part. Let me open my machine. Yes. Yes, my Ubuntu machine is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's open first the terminal. So the first what we have to do, we have to create the two files, mapper file and the reduce file. Okay. So for the first, let me see whether it's working or not, whether my Hadoop is up or not. So see in this, I have done this JPS command. So I am getting all the daemons, name node, node manager, data node. So everything is working fine. So now what I have to do, first we have to create the mapper file, and then next we have to create the second file, that is the reducer file, right? So let's create the mapper file first. So for creating the mapper file, let's check what's my path, and the user which I'm using is HD user. Okay, because I have given all the permission to this HD user. So pwd, that okay, this is my working directly. Let me change this because I don't want to create my mapper file into this. Let's check again. Okay, so I'm in home in the HD user. So what I need to do, I want to create the file, that is a mapper.py file into this, and you can create with the any editor. So I have created one file, mapper.py. Let me show you. Yeah, see over here, I have mapper.py file. So for creating this, what you have to do, just write nano space mapper.py, nano, and then mapper.py. Okay, just write this command and hit enter. Then you will see an empty file. You will just you will just have to write this code into that. Okay, and either you can just copy and paste it. For the time being, if you want to run, let me copy this code for you and let me paste this in chat box. Yeah, you want to run this right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'll share my code this with you. Oh, it will not it from here. Wait, I'll just do it. So this is the mapper one. Okay, so let's save it the mapper one. I already explained you. Just save this one. How to save it? Control O, enter, and Control X. That's it. So when you are done with the mapper file, that's we have done mapper part. After that, what you have to do, make sure you have the all the file permission. Okay, because the by default the file which you are creating is not the executable one. So for executing this py file, that is the Python file, you have to make it executable. So for making it executable, you have to change the permission. So next command which you have to write is ch mode, that is the mode which we are going to change, and we have to apply it executable. So for making it executable, what you have to write plus x, that is executable file, right? And you have to give the path, because I have created here also. So either you can write the whole path, that is in home hd user mapper.py, either mapper.py. Okay, so here we have changed the permission of the mapper file, right? So because now we have made it executable. Why we have made it executable? Because this is a Python script which need to be run. So if it is not executable, it will not run. So the second file which we are going to implement is the reducer.py file. And in this, you also the same name you have to give, mapper.py and the reducer.py. So the next we are giving it here is the reducer.py. Again, you can use any editor, nano, and the name reducer.py. So this you have to do and just hit enter. Now here, this is the code which I explained you already, that how it is counting the value. So for this, I'll just copy and paste the code for you, so that you can write into your reducer file. I have sent you the code of both, that and reducer file. You have the code. This one. This is the two files. Again, just save it after copy and pasting the code. Just Control O, enter, and Control X. Again, this is a py files. We need to again make it executable. So for making it executable, what we have to do, again the same command, change mode. Then we have to make it executable, then just write plus x. So we are in the same folder in which we are having the reducer file. So either you can give the full path, or either you can just give the file name, that is reducer.py. So the next command which you have to run after creating that is just reduce, you have to make it executable. Okay, just hit enter and it is done. Let's check whether it is done make it executable or not. So for checking it whether it has done make executable or not, ls space hyphen l. So it is for long listing. So when I've seen that, now see here, mapper file, in this we have this function, we have this x, that is executable, right? You can see over here that we have made the file executable. Otherwise, and there is no such file which is executable. We have to make it executable over here. So we have make it executable by using this command. Otherwise, your file will not run. So first make it executable. Okay. So after this, let's test whether your mapper and the reducer script which we have written, let's try to run locally in this कि वो काम कर रही हैं या नहीं कर रही हैं. Let's check its functionality. It's very basic functionality. Let's check that part. Okay. Let's give the value. We will supply, for example, we'll give our name here. Now we will count that. First, apply on the map and the okay, let's write Shruti, Vadva, then Gunika. Let's take another name, Shivam. Okay, let's take this Vadva again. Okay, Gunika, let's take this value. Okay, so I have taken this value, and what I want to do, I want to run these values over mapper file. ठीक है, पहले इसको mapper file में run करते हैं. So we need to use this pipe symbol in between because we have to use the two commands over here. First is the echo one, and next one is the this one. So I have to supply the full path. So you have to give the full path over here in home, the HD user in which I am having. If you are in the same folder, you can either write just mapper.py, but if you are in another, so you will have to write this full path where you have created this mapper file. So see what we are doing, we are just applying the mapper that every value which I am passing over this, you have to assign the one value to it. That is Shruti 1, Vadva 1, Gunika 1, Shivam 1, Vadva 1, Gunika 1. So that is the output which I am expecting from it, right? Enter. See, it is working fine. The value I am getting from the mapper is 1111. अब ये clear हुआ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about others? Yes, is it clear? Okay, Gunika is saying yes. Okay, जिनका नाम लिखा है सिर्फ they are saying yes. बाकी सब नाराज हो गए, उनका नाम नहीं लिखा. Friends? Okay, madam is saying okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay, let's move to the another file, that is we have to check the functionality of the reduced file also. So for checking the functionality of reduced file, just we have to give the reduce over here instead of mapper. And reduce में आपका क्या होता है? Reduce. That is we have, yes, reducer with the name we have created, and just hit enter. Wait, I have done mistake, I guess. Line 17. Okay. Okay, just wait. Let me open my code. Are you getting the same error, Shivam?
Ma'am, actually, I'm just writing the code yet.
Okay. Yes, here it is saying the error. Okay, you have tested it and then didn't work. Okay, this code. Okay, let me check what was the error. Okay. Okay, just wait, I'll change it this one. Okay, we should have one. Let's try that. Mm,
And remove the comma
okay, I have to remove the comma. Wait.
from inside the brackets and do it outside.
Mm, okay.
In front of the one. 1.
Ma'am,
Yes.
the function for reducer is absolutely correct for the output of mapper.py. We are just specifying our names in the input. We are not
Yes.
specifying any integer value.
Yes. But yes, we are not specifying the integer value over there, na? That's why. तभी उसमें okay. So we'll have to go with that. Okay, I got it. I made one mistake. Just wait. Yeah, the function we have created is just fine. I just need to give the integer value. Okay, because we are not getting the input over here. Just wait. I'll just make it correct. Now let's, yes, this is reducer.py. So in this, what we have to do, we have to give the input, because जो mapper से हमारे पास input आ रही थी, that is श्रुति1 वाधवा, इसकी output हमें input लेकर चलनी है. So for that, what we need to do, in this, here we have taken mapper.py. So here take mapper py. So we have to take the input from the output of the mapper file. Now we have to sort the value. So now we are applying the sort function over here, and in this we are just giving it that you have to take key. Okay, sorry for this one, k1, and you have to take the one value. That is, now we are taking the name, the key, and the value. Here you have to sort it like this. So we are telling it here, because in that we have not applied the key sorting function. And now you have to go to this, that is to the reducer part, that I skip it, hd user. But if we will use the data, if you will use the data type or something, then you will get the output the same. You will not perform this sort function, then you will not apply the mapper file to this, you will get it. So just reducer.py, just write this command. First you have to the same command, because the mapper output you are generating, you have to apply the sort function, key and the value, that is the one input you are getting, and that function you are applying to the, that input you are applying to the reducer one. So your mapper, sorter, and that is the shuffling, and next is the reducer one. So this is the whole
Excuse me,
command
ma'am.
which you have to execute.
मैम प्लीज जो reducer.py फाइल का कोड है वो एक बार शो कर दो, क्योंकि जो भी आपने हमें आउटपुट यहाँ पे कॉपी करके सेंड किया था ना, वो
हाँ
वन लाइनर हो गया है पूरा का पूरा, और मुझे इंडेंटेशन देखनी थी कि कौन सा कहाँ पे आएगा.
ओके, मैं दिखा देती हूँ. जस्ट आई एग्जीक्यूट दिस वन, फिर मैं उसकी आउटपुट दिखाती हूँ. Now can you see, Gunika comes 2 times, Shivam is 1 time, Shruti is 1 time, Vadhva is 2 times. So now
Yes.
we are getting the output instead of the error. This was because earlier it was correct, but it's just that you have to give the sorting function in what way you are getting the input. It was just like that. Okay? So यहाँ तक सबका clear है?
Yes, ma'am.
Say yes. Okay. Okay, I'll show you the nano reducer file also. Hmm. Now you can see the indentation, Shivam.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am, show next page.
Okay. Vrinda, what you have written when it is showing no file or directory? What written?
It's giving error.
No, when it is saying error.
When I
Executing it?
yes, yes, ma'am.
When you're have you make it executable?
Yes, ma'am. Plus X have done.
Okay, and where you are trying to execute it? In the same
Like
folder?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so either write Python space then file name.
Okay.
And when you are writing only the file name, then write Python space file name.
Okay.
Shivam, done? Should I scroll down?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, please send this reducer.py.
Okay. I have this. Okay, how I'll send it to you now?
Ma'am, just use copy and paste function and
Oh, in the chat box you want? I already
no,
sent
ma'am,
it
in the
earlier.
chat box it will create it a one-liner. Just ma'am, copy it and then save it in your Windows machine. Then you can send it through WhatsApp group.
I am not in your WhatsApp group, and
No, ma'am, that for those group which was made for admin.
okay, I'll send and send it. That I'm telling you that I'm not in the WhatsApp group, but I'll
Okay.
give it to the ma'am and they'll share it to you. Okay, or
Okay.
either you can mail it to me. Or okay, I'll just give my email ID. You can, if you want it, just drop me a message. I'll send it to you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
This is my email ID, shrutivadva99@gmail.com. I'll mail it to you then. So should we move forward now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now this is just the simple file. Even if you have the text file, then you can apply the same to it. But now let's take some bigger files for it. Okay. So I'll just cross this one, Control X, and I'll give you one link. We are downloading 3 books, okay? And we are downloading that 3 books, and from that 3 books, what we'll do, we are going to get the value. We are counting the variable, how many words are counting, how many words are repeating in that, and how many times. So for that, what you have to do, this is the link. As you can see in my browser, I'll just copy and paste it for you. If you want the same example as I am doing, so this I have sent you. Here you can see the books you are having, and it's open source and they are available in the text format also. Okay. So what you have to do, you just have to download these books. I'll show it to you also, but you have to do. Just go to this first one, just click on this, and here you can see this. Click onto the files, and it's open source, and here it's the text file and the zip file. Okay, so you have to download this one. If you are using the zip file, you can, if you are downloading the zip file, you can just unzip, then space file name, right? And if you are downloading the text file, you can directly do that, but you can't download the direct zip text file from here. So just first download this one, any 3 books you want to download, or any 1 or 2 book which you want to download, and you want to calculate word count on that, right? So we have taken the data from the internet, and which is in the form of the text file. So we have already taken that, and I'll show you. Wait, let me. Here you can see these files I already taken from the internet, 64086-0.txt and 64090-8.txt and 64088-0.txt. So these are the 3 files which I have taken, which I have downloaded. It was in the zip file. So what I have done, the command for unzip is unzip, right, the file name. That is with the format of zip. So that's it. You have to do, and you will get this text file. So now after you are getting this text file, what you have to do, if you want to perform the word count operation on these text file, first you have to move the data, these text file into your HDFS, that is your Hadoop distributed file system. So what you have to do, you have to move it there. So for moving that, what command we have to use? Yes, tell me what command we have to use.
HDFS
Adore hai? Yes.
hyphen copy
Okay,
to.
Shiva, you will not say. Let others speak. Yes,
Okay.
participants. What is the command? Okay, sudo move. Okay, move. When move will work, does move will work from here? Move will not work when you are moving the file from your local file system to your that file system. Have you tried HDFS file system? Have you tried this one? Okay, my was that now I want to these files I want to move it from this 6008 from my local file system. I want to just copy this file from the local file system to my HDFS file system. Okay, so yes, good. Tell me, has your move command is performing from your local file system to your another file system? Yeah, we can use the copy one. We can use the copy one, but there is a specific put or get. Remember? Yes. So copy from local or put, either we can use these 2 commands. So for this, what you have to do, let's just copy it. So for that, we have the command Hadoop. Then either you can just write HDFS, DFS. Okay. Then the command is copy from local. Then what we have to copy, we'll write just this command 64086, right, dot txt. It will take, just hit the tab. Okay. Then where you want to get it copied. So we want it from in the HDFS. We have slash and we have Shruti folder, I guess. So let's copy into Shruti folder. Okay. And hit enter. Oh, we have to tell the full path for it. I didn't tell it. Home HD user. Okay, we'll give it to now. Okay, it just said done. Let's check whether it has done in the Shruti folder or not. Let's check that. HDFS, then DFS, then hyphen ls and slash. Okay, we have to go to the Shruti folder. Yeah, we have the Shruti folder over here. And let's just go to the Shruti folder. Yes, you can see the file 640-86.txt. Now let's put another file also into this. 4090. This one. And then just one is remaining. 0 and 64088. This one. Done. Now what we have to use the jar files. Now here is the Hadoop streaming, that is the jar file which we have to run. So for that, I'll show you the path. What is the path for the jar file? You can see that we are having this Hadoop streaming 2.9.jar. This Hadoop streaming we are going to use for making it for MapReduce to run. Okay, so just right click and check its properties. This is in the copy path, so you have to go to this. Just remember this part. It's in the user, in the local, in the Hadoop folder. In that we have Hadoop 2.9.2, that is the version I'm using, and in that you have to go to the share folder, and in share folder you are having the Hadoop, this Hadoop file, you are a Hadoop folder, and in Hadoop folder you have to go to the tools folder, and in the tools folder you are having this lib folder, and in lib folder what you are having, you are having this file Hadoop streaming hyphen 2.9.2.jar. Okay, so you just either click this photograph of this screen or just write this one, because this is the crucial path which you have to apply. Okay, so have you written it down? Okay, so let me just copy this one and then just have to write, and let's change it directory. Let's go to our user local Hadoop. And in that Hadoop, yes, let's go into this. Now we'll type the command. First, you have to write Hadoop, then jar, because we are taking from jar, right? And here you can paste your path. This is a bit complex one. So see this, and then the file name. File name was the Hadoop hyphen streaming. So we have to give it to that. Hadoop hyphen streaming. Yes. So press tab, no need to write to everything. Here we have taken, and then this forward slash, then enter. Now here you get, now you can write what is the input, what is the output you want, and what is the file you want to take. So here I want to take file which was optional. I told you the parameters which I am going to take. So you have to take the file first, and I have to specify the full path of the mapper file. So in this you have to go to the home, and in that you have the HD user, and you have to use mapper file, mapper.py. So this file you have to use, and then you have to tell this is the mapper function, that we are applying the mapper function over here, and then again the path, the same path we have to give home, HD user, then mapper.py. Okay, then this forward slash, then enter. Now again we have to take the reducer file also. So for reducer file, just write this one file, that is the parameter, then home HD user, then reducer dot py, and then this reducer function, the keyword, and again the path. But if you do this work in that which we have Eclipse, that will be much easier. For the starting, we have some issues that how to import the jar files. But if you have done work on Eclipse, then it would be easy for you if you want to perform it on Java, right? So let just this one and then hit enter. Let just the last command. Now I have to tell what should be the input and the output for it. So the input I have to tell that you have to get it from okay, every file which I'm having in the Shruti folder. Okay, so let me tell him. Okay, so input it's from Shruti, and he has to take the every file. So for every file, I can just write the star over here, or if I want to take the specific file, so I'll take write just the file name over here, right? Then now output, and then where you want to store your output, I want to store my output in the same folder, let's say in the Shruti folder. Okay, but with the name Shruti in the same, let's create in that Shruti output with the folder. Let's create this one. Okay, so that's it. So this you need to remember that. Not to remember, just try to understand what we are doing in this and just hit enter. And it will take some time. So it is saying option is deprecated, but don't worry. And they have initialized my job. So you can see total number of file processes is 4, because in that folder we are having the 4 files. So now can you see my screen? Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, now map input records, map output records, ठीक है, these are the things क्या combine किया है, but यहाँ पर अभी आपको समझ नहीं आएगा. Let's go to browser. Let's go to browser and let's check in browser what file it has created and what is the output of the file. For that. Okay, there might be. Go for this. Let's open our HDFS, then DFS, then hyphen ls. Let's see whether they have created the Shruti output folder and what's in this. Shruti hyphen output. So see over here, they have created a file, and first is the success that it has done successfully, and the second file is the part hyphen 5 times 0. So what we have to do, we have to open this file. So for opening this file, let's just write the command hdfs, then dfs, then cat. Okay, because we have to open that file, and it's in Shruti hyphen output, and in this I have the part in 5 times 0. Enter. So here you can see that how many number of times it is the output I'm getting it for. So you can see we have a whole book, and we have done the map reduce part on the whole book over. Now you can also see. Okay, let me show you the Shruti folder. So let me go into first in this directory. Now you can see that this directory we have many folders. In this we are having shruti.output. So when we are clicking on shruti.output, this is the file I'm having. This is the information. What I can do, I can download the file. So this is the head of the file. That is the tail of the file. So that is the output I am getting. So this task to do till today, and tomorrow we will be working on one project which we have to do in the HDFS, right? So जब आपको यहाँ तक समझ में आएगा, then you can only do the project which you have to do. So this is the basic one with the word count which we have performed. So for tomorrow we will see the bigger problem. But here even we have seen the word count on one, even from 3 books which we have collected. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone, and hope you have enjoyed today's lecture. You will get more of information from today's lecture. Yes, participants, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. Yes, anyone is having any doubt? So will everyone try at home this task which we have done today? Okay, that's great, Ganika. What about others? Okay, that's great, Sanchit. If you want to learn Hadoop at starting, you will find it little difficult, but when you will understand it, then you will find it's easy. It's not just that complex which we said, right? So ask if you have any problem. Otherwise, we can conclude the session for today. We can wind up this session.
No, ma'am. Everything is clear.
Okay, that's okay. Then let's session. Yes, Archit, I'll share the all PPTs which I have shown you today also, and I'll send you the cheat sheet for every commands for HDFS on for the map reduce also. I'll send you. Okay? Problem.
Hello.
Yes.
About the installation problem. Can we speak
Yes,
now?
yes. Yeah. Yes. Wait, I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah. Now you can share your screen, and we have to see your file, that is bash rc file.
Okay.
You have to open the .bashrc file. Yes.
No.
No, it's the starting. It is at the starting. Yes. Enter. Yes. Come at last. Yeah. So your version is Hadoop 3 hyphen okay, and you are using Java 11 version. So is the correct or what? They are
Yes.
correct now.
Yes.
You
This I
have
have.
to check it first. You have checked it already.
Yes.
Okay, go to that user local folder. Just go to that folder. Yeah. Where you are? User, you have to go to local folder, not live folder. User, user, go to user, then local, then Hadoop, go to Hadoop. Yes, Hadoop. Okay, yes, go to this one.
In the folder, right? Yeah.
No, go to bin directory. Go to bin. Yeah, just right click. Let me see the path. Here's Hadoop. Yes, hyphen 3 hyphen 2.1. Yes, this is the path now there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, open the terminal again. Yeah, this is the path. And check it for the Java also. Go to user, then lib, then JVM. Yeah, click on this JVM folder. Yes, and in this open JDK. Oh, you have given this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, I'll just check in my system. Just wait. Yes, Java 7. Yes, this one, Java hyphen 11. This one.
Yeah. This is the same because I copy
It's
and
the
paste.
same. Yes. Others are fine. Yes, others तो वैसे भी copy करने थे. ठीक है, there is no problem in this file bash rc. We'll check in files.
Okay.
Oh, close. And go to that file. We have this in the etc folder, which we have in the etc folder. User Hadoop में जाना. User local. etc. Yeah. Here we have HDFS en. Wait. First environment is Hadoop hyphen env.sh.
Now my original one was not this one because this was the file that was sent by another student because it was not working. but when I replaced this, it was working. Was it not? I had an error coming up for some reason.
Now, what you have another?
Yes. So I made a copy. This was my original Hadoop env file.
Okay, this is your original Hadoop. Okay.
Yeah, and I only had this working. The other ones I left with the hash. And this one.
So you have, okay, made it a copy.
Yeah. So
Okay, show me the another one, not the copy one. Yeah, in this, okay, Java, yes, you have to specify the path. That's it. This is just you have to specify the path in this. That's it. And show me the copied one.
this was the original one which I had, but it was not working. I mean, it gave an error when I tried to initiate the processes.
So why it gave you the error?
I don't know. Honestly, I
What
don't know.
was the error?
Don't really remember, to be honest. Just a sec.
Okay, let me see. Mhm.
This was actually the one working. I have one before that which was not working. These were the errors. No, this is.
I can't read it from here, but it's okay. You can delete the this one copied file one. If you're getting the error, na, delete the copied one because you have the other one file.
I left it just in case over there. I mean, it won't work since it's worded differently.
Because if yours is still not working, so either we have to install it again.
Okay.
Yeah, you can move it to trash. Okay, then let's open another file also.
Yeah.
Yes, open that core site XML. So before that, you have to run those commands. Have you run that temporary folder which I want you to create?
Which one?
Open that file which I gave you, the text file.
Yes, this
Yes.
one here.
Up, scroll up, scroll up. Go to the core site. Go to that core site. Yes. Now here, see sudo make directory -p. This is a command.
Yeah, it should
Sudo -p. This command. Can you say it?
Yeah. This
So
one,
have you
right?
performed this one? Have you one?
Yes, supposedly yes, because I went through all this file, and in fact, I
Okay.
even did my notes here to do them for my case.
Okay, so you have changed this one, na code. Okay, so you have done here, and yeah, core site.xml. Okay, and open this file core site.xml and just copied that data which I gave you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that should be here.
Yeah, you have written. You have just, yes, this is correct. Next file.
So next file is
After the core file, we have, wait, I'll tell you.
this one, mapred site.
Map site. Yeah, we have this one. And for this, we have the, so you just have to create the copy for that.
Yes, which is this one.
Okay, it's opening. I can't see it properly.
Well, uh, can you see it now?
No, still no. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
Yeah, its name is MapRed-site. Yes, it's fine.
Then next,
After that, you have to create folders. Name node, I have everything you done, na? Name node for data node. Yes, you have done because I can see the Hadoop store also in your system. Yeah, just open this hdfs-site.xml.
is it? Yeah, here it is.
This is your HDFS.
Yes.
Okay, let me this one. Hmm. Yeah, it's the same one you have given the path. Okay, this is correct. After this, just close this one. Just write the command Hadoop space name node space format.
Yeah, I did this as well.
Okay, just enter it. What it's saying it hasn't done that. Okay, you are having 18 version. Maybe this is different in your. Run it again because I guess this command is in your system. Name node, you are typing it name node. ME.
Yes.
There is one typo error. NAME.
Mhm.
Yeah, hit enter. Type yes. Yeah, it's done. Now go to your SBIN folder. CD. You are in SBIN folder. Sorry, you are in that. Go to your SBIN now. CD space SBIN. Yeah. Type the command start DFS. Start hyphen DFS dot sh. Enter. Yeah. Then that yarn command start hyphen yarn dot sh. Enter. Now write JPS. Still not working. Go to that folder of go to GUI. Let's check. But it is not there because Hadoop is there. Let me check. It has started also. Even your resource manager is not working. Uh, Stop all the processes. Run the stop hyphen all dot sh
Is it like this? Stop all?
dot sh. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, done now. Node manager. Everything is running, but it's not showing in your. I guess there is some problem in the version which you are using. It's started running, but it's not showing. Wait, I'll check. And the permission you have given for the folder, the name node, the data node which you have created.
I think full permission. How can I check that?
You can go to that folder and type command ls-l. The folder you have created in Hadoop store. So just go to cd space usr/usr local. No, not like this. Remove this one. Remove, yeah, remove slash. Now write slash usr/local/Hadoop store underscore store. Enter. Now write ls space hyphen l. Enter. Yeah, you have created with your name, no?
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't made, okay, in this you have HDFS folder or not, है ना? Go to the HDFS folder, change the directory into HDFS. ls, yes, enter. Here you have data node and the name node. This we require already. ठीक है, इनका ये दोनों है. This is done. ठीक है, this is correct.
It's very strange, right?
Yeah, this one is right. Okay, now start all the services. Go to SBIN folder and now start the services.
Okay.
Because everything you have done, it's correct. Your version is, which version you are using for Hadoop?
It's 3.2.1, this one.
Okay. Still, type Java hyphen version. Java space hyphen version. Have you typed the whole one? 11.0.9.1?
Let me check. Let me check the.
Let check the whole path.
It should be correct because I went into the GUI and basically I copied and pasted the part.
Yeah, no problem.
So it should be okay. The bash file. Should I check the
But
file?
because it's not showing, it's the JPS is the Java processes. So this command run of the Java. So there is difference in the Java path. That's why it is not showing, because otherwise everything is correct, which I have checked. So it is due to Java only.
So probably. Should I go?
Now go to your bash file also,
Yeah.
and the HDFS site file also, where you have given the path. Oh, after the bash RC, you have to run it also. Yeah.
Just a second. Because I did not copy it. But this the folder is correct, right?
Yeah, it's
So
the correct one. Yeah, here you need not to write to change. No.
no change over here.
Yeah, no change.
So which file do I need to change?
Go to HDFS one.
That is in the SBin, right?
Yes. Not in the SBN, it's in the ETC.
See,
Mm.
HDFS.
HDFS, not site. Yeah, site.exam. Not this one. Are
Sorry. So
Hadoop hyphen env.sh.
okay.
Yeah, it's the same one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then maybe it's in the Hadoop version. You are using 11 and 3.2.1, na?
Yes.
The latest one. Okay.
I thought of installing the latest one to not to have problems, and apparently I have more problems.
Yeah, now you're having the more problem. But don't worry, I'll check what's, because every file which you have shown it to me, na, can you do one thing? Can you send the screenshot of file which you have written, the changes which we have done, na? I'll check it again so I
This
can find the mistake.
the
Uh,
Hadoop install.txt.
yeah, the files which you have done, the bash rc, the screenshot of bash rc, Hadoop env, all these files, because otherwise you there is no mistake in this, na?
Okay. If you want, I can send you a copy of the file. I think, right?
Yeah, you can send me the copy of file. I can
Yes.
send you my mail. You can
I
send it to over that, right?
yeah. In
I'll
fact,
check.
during the weekend, I wrote an email, but
Uh,
I only had this email.
okay, this is for the host. Yeah.
I don't know if this she forwarded it to you because I had
Yeah.
the
It's okay. I didn't get this. No problem. You can mail it to me. I'll just send my email ID to this chat box,
yeah
and
I
I'll
it because you posted it, so I saved it. It's here. The
okay.
Shruti. What
Yeah.
what?
Vadva99 at gmail.com.
Yes. I
Yes.
will send
Just
I will send
send.
you
Yeah. Just send it to me this one and I'll give you the solution today only, right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem. Yes, participants, should we conclude the meeting now? Okay, ma'am has not shared the link yet, and you have to give the test also. Let me just message ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, what was the total, full command for Hadoop jar and Hadoop streaming 3.2.1 jar?
the whole command. You want to write it down?
No, ma'am. I'm getting error in that. It says
Okay.
it need arguments.
It need arguments. Okay. So first, I told you that is very complex command. So for first, what you need to do, you have to write Hadoop jar. Then you have to give the whole path of the jar. I showed you now where it is. Have you given the whole
Yes,
path? You did it.
yes,
So
yes,
you
ma'am.
have to give in the whole path, and after that you have to give the slash. Okay, that is with the pipe symbol. Then
Forward,
hit enter.
ma'am, forward slash or backslash?
I guess it's a forward one. Wait, show me your screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Present your screen. I'll tell you.
Is visible, ma'am?
No,
No.
it is starting. It will get start eventually. But you can see that in the chat box we have written that which you have to use, which slash you have to use.
Trying to do it with forward slash.
Yeah,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
done. Okay, then hit enter. Okay, participants. Maybe you have to wait for ma'am for the test and for your attendance. But I'm leaving. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. And if you have any doubt, you can mail it to me. Okay, bye everyone.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
ma'am.
Okay.
Everyone kindly find the attached link in the chat window for your attendance and quiz. Again, you'll have 5 questions regarding your today's lecture in that quiz. Attempt that and that will be marked as your attendance only. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's lecture.
Ma'am, please resolve my roll number problem.
Okay, Kanika, I have already forwarded it. I'll check it again once today. What's the matter? And tomorrow, positively, you will have your roll number so that you can mark your attendance.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.